Recently, I embarked on a quest to find the perfect bread recipe. My initial attempts were met with some success. I found a good recipe which ended up tasting like Hawaiian sweet rolls. I liked how they turned out, except there was one time when the dough collapsed on itself. Whoops! I tried out a second recipe I found online, and after tasting the finished product from that recipe, I think I have found the best way to make dinner rolls and loaves. Here's how you can make them. You will need the following ingredients to make these French bread rolls and loaves. 1.5 cups of water, warm, a tablespoon of dry yeast, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, a teaspoon of salt, 4 cups of flour, and a little extra you'll need for the kneading. You're also going to need the following equipment: 2 bowls, one medium, one large, or both of them large, a spoon to mix your dough with, a cutting board or other surface to roll out your dough on, and some measuring cups and spoons. You'll also need a muffin tin to bake your rolls in. This recipe will fit perfectly into a 16-hole muffin tin. I'm using a 12-hole muffin tin and a small loaf pan. You're going to want to start off by activating the yeast. Mix together the water, sugar, and yeast in one of your bowls. Stir together and allow it to sit for about 10 minutes. The yeast will start to foam. To this mixture, add in the oil, salt, and half of the flour. Stir this together. Once incorporated, you'll want to add in half a cup of flour at a time, until 4 cups of flour have been added. Turn the dough out onto a floured board. Knead for about 5 to 10 minutes. Place the dough into an oiled bowl. In my case, it's the larger bowl. Turn the dough inside the bowl a few times to coat it. And cover the bowl with a wet cloth or plastic wrap and allow this to rise for an hour. While waiting, grease the muffin and loaf pans with some cooking spray.
Whoa.
Once the hour is up, plop the dough back onto the floured surface and roll it out. Grab small pieces of the dough, roll each one out in your hand, and place into the hole in the muffin pan. Repeat for all 12 holes. With the remaining dough, roll that out and place it into the loaf pan. Cover both of these with plastic wrap and allow them to rise for half an hour. After the dough has risen again, start heating your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Hey folks, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to GMFV, the Greens and Machines Food Videos channel. You can find the full version of this recipe written up on greensandmachines.com. Now back to your feature presentation.
Now I didn't list this in the ingredients list, but topping these rolls with some rosemary makes them so much better. I harvested a bit from my plant outside in my garden. A little bit on the top of each roll and they're good to go. Now I know most people like to wait for their oven to preheat before putting anything into it. For some reason though, these rolls bake fine if you put them right into the oven as it starts to heat up. The rolls and loaf go into the oven at 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Set the timer for 15 minutes and allow the bread to bake. After 15 to 18 minutes of baking, the rolls should be golden brown on top. Remove the bread from the oven. Allow them to sit for a few minutes before transferring them out of the loaf and muffin pans. The rolls actually come out of the pan pretty easy. The way that these rolls turn out is phenomenal. I can chill these rolls for several days in the fridge, and they will still have the perfect crunch after being toasted. Incredible. Enjoy these with your favorite spread, whether it be butter, jam, peanut butter, or avocado. Enjoy!